Okay, y'all. Honestly, I want y'all thoughts on this. And again, this will probably be the last SBR video for a little bit. I might take a little break off the SBR videos. This is like what, my fourth one straight. I'm gonna take a little break off the SBR videos, but I'm here to ask you, what month do you think Steel Ball Run is coming out in 2026? And I also have more stuff to talk about, like the fact that we just found the placeholder date that Netflix currently has on its website for Steel Ball Run, which is pretty interesting. Now, before I really get into it and tell you what you want to hear, like this video. Seriously. No, I'll wait, nigga. Like it. Okay. Now, so the thing is, we have found a placeholder date on the Netflix website. I'm putting that currently on the screen. You can go look at the r/shitpost crusaders. Now, I was sent this from one of my followers on TikTok, and they were like, what do you think about the potential release date being March 19th? Because that's currently the placeholder date. And honestly, I wouldn't have any qualms about it, but I don't know. You know, because originally that's around the time I was expecting, March, April, you know. But after watching the trailer and seeing the SBR event, especially because we didn't get a release date, it feels a lot more late 2026-ish. But yeah, I literally just talked about this, like, I've maybe 10 minutes before I recorded this video, pressed record on this video. But I literally think that us getting it early March or mid-March, because again, the net code is mid-March, March 19th, that wouldn't be horrible. Because again, to me, the trailer doesn't look bad. I enjoyed the trailer. I really liked the trailer. To me, I'm fine with what we're going to get either way, you know. And that's even how I felt for the most part about Stone Ocean too. When Stone Ocean was coming out, I was fine when Stone Ocean was coming out, because the quality with Stone Ocean got visibly better as the season continued, as the part continued. The Sea Moon fight was so fucking crisp. But like, I was literally thinking of this idea earlier, and I was just like, initially I was going to come on here and debate on whether it would be better to have it early 26 or late 26, but now it's more like I'm solidified in the thought that I think we should get it like mid 26, summer, not even late summer, June, something like June. I feel like June would be perfect. That's 9 months from now. They have a great amount of time to work on whatever they really feel like they need to work on and tweak right before things come out. Summer to me is perfect, you know. But I also feel like, because again, it's also, I have to take into account with the fact that we don't know the release date, along with the fact we don't know if it's weekly or batches. Because if it's batches, right, even though I despise the fucking batches, because to me it makes no fucking sense. But if it's batches, and even then, it, to me at least, it doesn't seem likely, because looking at the trailer was literally just straight one episode, or my bad, teaser. I need to start saying teaser more. Teaser trailer. The teaser was straight episode 1. You know, straight episode 1. There's a good chance with the teaser coming out, there's a good chance, at least I think, that maybe sometime in like November we'll get another longer trailer. November, December, late December, we'll get a longer trailer. And I feel like once we get the longer trailer, then we'll finally get the release date. Then, you know, we'll know if it's batches or not. But I feel like, honestly, we might know before then. I don't remember or recall when we found out Stone Ocean was going to be batches. I just remember that day being a crazy ass day, because everyone was going fucking bonkers, and they're like, they're taking away JoJo Fridays from us. This was literally like, because never got to witness a JoJo Friday, right? But the way, if you were just in the anime community in the 2010s, you knew about JoJo Fridays. No matter what, you knew it was happening on a Friday, because almost every weekend I would see some new frame from something that looks, the art style just looks so different, and I'll be like, what is that? JoJo Fridays and the discourse that it brought to the community was one of the main reasons why for so long the community was so engaging. And when I say engaging, I don't necessarily mean that in a good or bad way. I just mean when it comes down to pure interactions, week by week plays is what the community needs in order to stay alive. You know, because during Stone Ocean, the community was not alive except for like a week and a half after the anime release. Then everything would go back to normal. You know what I mean? With Steel Ball Run, they don't have a reason, to me, they don't have a reason to not air this shit weekly. Especially because it's Netflix. Netflix knows how people feel about batches. Now, I don't know how people internationally feel. I only know that the most people in the US, they did not like the fucking batches at all. I was one of those people too, because to me, it felt like, okay, I watched these 13 episodes, but then I'm waiting 9 months? You're serious? Granted, next batch, I think it was what, 3 months? But even then, why? What? Why? Why? Like, the wait from batch 1 to batch 2 was hell. Because the way people were talking shit about Stone Ocean, you would have thought it was the worst thing to ever come out, ever. Just for whenever I go back and rewatch it, I'd be like, the animation's not even that bad. I actually low-key like this animation. You know, it's not better than part 5, but I like it. I enjoy it. So that's why I feel like, at least for me, I feel like it's better to release it weekly so that we can have a engaging and, you know, interactive community. Now, the implications with that could be very different. One thing to like take note of as far as when it comes to distribution, especially with Netflix, right? Netflix right now has a few things in their hand as far as power when it comes to Steel Ball Run. None of the things they have in their hand has to deal with animation for real, except the fact that they could theoretically rush the studio to make it faster. I mean, they could. No, they just legitimately could. Again, they brought the rights to distribute Steel Ball Run. They could rush it to make it faster and, you know, do all that. But mostly what they can do and what they control is like release dates. What if it comes out weekly, if it doesn't, you know, marketing. Those are all Netflix jobs. And with those jobs, I just want to say, if I don't know the exact reason why we got batches, right? I never found that out why we got batches in Stone Ocean. It may have been time saving, it may have been cost saving, I don't know. But I do know this, the batches at least allowed for the quality to continue to get better. Though there were still issues, it got better. With weekly, if that shit's bad on 1 week, usually they don't push it back a week. They may, you know, depending on how they're going to schedule. But even then, Netflix, I'm pretty sure, is in charge of scheduling. I may be wrong on that. I'm not completely certain, but I'm pretty sure they're in charge of scheduling. With weekly, there's going to be like, it's going to be like all the other JoJo parts that were weekly, where you're watching it and randomly in the middle, there's a drop in quality. But then it's probably going to dip back up, you know. It's definitely going to dip back up. By the end, quality will be fantastic, you know, all that. But in the middle, nice quick drop in quality, you know. And that's, I'm not blaming anyone on that. That's to be expected, especially if you're doing weekly for a series like Steel Ball Run and you go weekly all the way through. I would almost certainly expect a drop in quality through the middle, because the anime should be closer to like 45-50 episodes. But I do think, like, when it comes to when it's coming out, I think the placeholder date, or the date that's currently on the metadata right now, is wrong. I mean, it's like part of me thinks it's wrong, but another part of me feels like if that is the date, they're just giving us batches. They're just throwing us batches. I don't know. Wait, what day is the 19th? Hold on. What day is March 19th? I mean, it's a Thursday. It could be weekly, but like that, it's just such a random weekday. And again, I know there's probably gonna be some people in my comments like, oh, didn't Go to Win release on the day that wasn't Friday? Probably did. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm so, if I had to give a like actual prediction right now in this current day, I would want to say mid 2026. But that net code gives me the impression that if it does come out that early, again, and I keep saying batches because I just see us getting a batch, then us having to wait like 3 months, then the animation picking up and constantly getting better and getting better. Because like, I don't have a problem with the animation, but I know it could be better. There is always room for improvement with almost anything. But honestly, a March release, I would cry tears of happiness. I would cry tears of happiness at a March release. You know, even weekly, not weekly, whatever, I'm crying. Because either way, we've been waiting a super long time. And by then it'll be like around nearing the 5-year anniversary of me reading Steel Ball Run for the first time. You know, we've been waiting. That's why I make these videos. These are speculation videos because I am tired of waiting for Steel Ball Run, but I have the weight to withstand waiting just a little bit longer. But I want to leave this video open. So I turn the question to you. What month do you think we're getting Steel Ball Run in 2026? Do you think we're getting it early, like the net code suggests, and that's not a placeholder date and it's the actual date? Or do you think we're getting it later, maybe fall, summer? You know, you want them to work on animation or whatever you feel like they need to work on more? Or are you one of those people who are like, I don't care when we get it, I'm just waiting for us to get it? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm basically at that point. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And until next time, peace.